How do you get a 150% increase in qualified leads in one show, just like one of my clients did? I'm not talking about just regular leads, like people throwing their business cards into a bowl to win an iPad or some cool gadget. I'm talking about 100% qualified. I want to meet with you leads. It's from a little known thing called tip stacking. In this video, I'm going to show you what tip stacking is all about and how to stack the right tips, the right trade show tips, which are going to help you dramatically increase the amount of leads you are getting and absolutely crush your trade show goals. I'm Jim Cermak. I'm the founder of Trade Show University. And if you're looking to seriously increase the number of leads you get from your next show, go hit that subscribe button for me. You may have heard habit stacking before. It's from the best-selling book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Phenomenal book. In that book, he talked about habit stacking, and that is taking several different habits and making slight changes. And when you make slight changes to multiple different things, it can add up to a big result. We are going to do the same thing with trade show tips. It's called tip stacking. So we're going to make little tweaks in some of your things that you're going to be doing and have those add up to big results. Now, the key is doing the right things. Okay. It's the ones that are going to help you to reach your show goals. And for most of you, I'm guessing that's increasing the amount of leads, not just leads, qualified leads, right? Not just leads. Now you can find hundreds, maybe even thousands of trade show tips in all sorts of videos and blogs and things like that. I know on my podcast alone, between me and my guests, we probably shared well over 1,000 different trade show tips. Now, the tips you want to focus on are tips that do three things: that drive attendees to your booth, that help you engage and qualify those attendees, and then follow up in the right way. And today in this video, we're going to be focusing on just the first two areas, and that's driving traffic and then engaging and qualify with those attendees that just made their way to your booth. And then as a bonus, I'm going to help you to oh my gosh, I love this tool. I created this tool. It's called a Trade Show Booth Traffic Scorecard. It's got 25 different things you can do to drive traffic to your booth. I'll tell you how to get your Trade Show Booth Traffic Scorecard for free at the end of the video, so stick around all the way to the end. But first, let me tell you a story about the 150% increase in qualified leads that we got for one of my clients. That was a home improvement company. They exhibited at all sorts of home shows, home and garden shows, home improvement shows, things like that. And for years, they would give away a big prize, something like a home improvement package that was valued at $5,000. Now, tons of people would sign up because, hey, who wouldn't want a $5,000 home improvement package? But then the company spent tons of time and money and resources following up on people that had no interest to buy. They just wanted to sign up for the drawing. And they ended up at the end with just a handful of qualified leads. So here's what we did to get them 150% increase in qualified leads. We did four different things. First thing we did, I looked at their booth and I'm like, man, it doesn't really pop. It doesn't really draw people's attention in. So we added lights to the booth. Very, very simple, inexpensive fix. It engages the senses. That's one of the things on the scorecard. It engages the senses. Automatically, now you're drawing people in because you're capturing their attention. And now they see what they're, instead of just walking past, they actually see your booth. So that was the first thing we did, was added lights. Second thing we did is we noticed that typically only one person worked the show. It was that one person who was the sales rep for that market, that area. And let me ask you, how many people can one person talk to at a time? Typically one. You're getting that good one-on-one conversation. And at that time, how many other people are walking past you that you're never going to see again because they didn't have an opportunity to stop by? You didn't have an opportunity to engage with them. So we wanted to double their odds. So we added a second person. We didn't have the option of adding a second person from their company. So we hired a brand ambassador. A brand ambassador is someone who comes in from the outside. Their whole job is to engage people and bring them in. I did a couple of great podcast episodes on how to use brand ambassadors. I'll drop those in the description and show notes here. And so check those out if you're not familiar with brand ambassadors. Could be powerful. And so that's the second thing we did. We doubled their odds by adding a second person to the booth. Now, we weren't going to ditch the giveaway. This is the third day. We weren't going to ditch the giveaway, but instead of just asking people, see, this was their big hook. How would you like to win a $5,000 home improvement package? How would you like to win the $5,000? So that's what they did for every single person. Of course, they got a ton of people signing up that they followed up with, and it was just a lot of wasted time. So what we did was we came up with very specific qualifying questions that would pull people in. So they know that even if they didn't win, this was a good candidate for us to follow up with, because they were going to be purchasing some of the products and services that we already offer. So they had a better opportunity to get that person as a client, even if they didn't win. So that was the third thing we did, is we came up with very specific qualifying questions. And number 4, we added that qualifying question to the entry form. So if someone just walked up and they filled out the entry form, they had to answer those same qualifying questions. So when they went to do the follow-up, they prioritized all those people who qualified. They said that they qualified instead of the people that just wanted to win. So we stacked those 4 huge tips right on top of each other, and that led to a 150% increase in qualified leads in just the very next show. Just one show was able to get that kind of increase. That led to a huge sales increase. They signed so many more customers, and they didn't even spend a lot of money. They bought some lights. The rest of it was technique. Was phenomenal success. And that's what we could do for you. You just have to make sure that you're stacking the right tips. You're focusing on the right things. I mean, it's great to add some fun squishy toys to your booth as giveaways, but I guarantee this fun little seal is probably not going to sell more products or services. It's not going to sell a $5,000 home improvement package by getting a little squishy toy. I'm not saying don't have squishy toys. I love them. They're great branding. However, you got to make sure you're focusing on the things that are actually going to drive revenue, drive leads, drive sales into your company. So the first thing you need to focus on is driving traffic to your booth, because you can't get qualified leads if those people aren't walking up to your booth. Now, I know that some techniques work way better than others. They're just more effective. That's why I created the Trade Show Booth Traffic Scorecard, which has 25 different tips and techniques listed, 9 things that you can do before the show, 16 things you do right there at the show. And then here's the best part. Each one of these things, I put a point value on based on how effective it is. This is all based on experience. It's based on real world data. And so you're going to be able to see what are the things I can do that are going to have a higher probability of driving more traffic to my booth. And you could focus on those things. You don't have to do all 25. Like I said, we did 4. And you just have to focus on the right ones, which are going to make a difference. The scorecard is a tool you need, and it's going to help you do that. And it's absolutely free. There's no cost to you. All you have to do is go to tradeshowu.biz/scorecard. That's tradeshow, the letter U.biz/scorecard. I'm going to put the link in the description below. And then once you get the scorecard, you open it up, you're going to have access to a 22-minute training video on how to use the scorecard, where I go line by line in great detail. I share stories, case studies on how to do that and how to use it effectively. And you could use it show after show after show, and absolutely free. So there you go. Now you know about the power of tip stacking. If you got value from this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to continue to drive more and more qualified leads to your booth, to your business at trade shows, hit the subscribe button. Share this out with someone who you know will get great value from it. And don't forget to go get your Trade Show Booth Traffic Scorecard right now. Just go to tradeshowu.biz/scorecard. We'll see you next time on campus right here at Trade Show University. All right.